My name is Carmen Turner. I am a silver leader, and I am here to train you on how to set up your Google business profile, as well as how to set up Google Voice. I think I'll do Google Voice first. It's real quick to do that. Got a couple more people coming in. That's good. It's good I really haven't gotten started. So welcome, Tina. Hello, Arian. Hello, Chelsea. So these are some more people in here. So there may be some more people coming in. So I'm going to start with the Google Voice first because that's fast and easy. And I am just going to go over here to, whoops. Okay, go over here to my file here, and I'm going to, am I sharing screen? Let me share my screen. There we go. There I am. Okay, what I'm going to do is go over here and just type in Google Voice up here at the top. Let it search for it. So it's going to search for it. It's going to say Google Voice. So I'm just going to go ahead and resume here. And what that does, that didn't do anything. No. There we go. Voice.google.com. This is where you can set up Google Voice so that you've got a separate phone number to use for your business. If you don't already have a new number or a separate number to use from your business, you can do this, or you can just use your regular cell phone. I actually use the Google Voice and my cell phone. That way I've got I can take 2 calls at once, one on a cell phone and one on the computer with Google Voice, because you can set up your Google Voice on the computer and on your phone so that it'll ring in both places. And when you do the Google Voice right now, being new agents, you don't need to pay the $19.99 for having the business one. Just get a personal use one. You're going to get a personal use one, and you're going to say whether it's your Android phone, your Apple phone, or if it's just going to be on the web only. I've got it set up for the web, and I also put it on my Android phone and used my same information that I've got on the web. You can do that in the voice settings, but you want to go ahead and just use that for personal use. Select that right thing, and let's just do that. And that tells you to install that on your phone. Let's go back and do it for the web. It's going to welcome to Google Voice, and you continue there. They give you a free phone number, and so you're able to take control of your communication. And with it on the web, you can only access it from a web browser, from the Chrome browser. And if you do it on your Android phone or your Apple phone, then you can access it as well as on your phone, but you can get your new number here. I'm not going to go ahead and continue with this because I already have a free number. I don't need a third one at this point. Maybe at some other point when I want to separate my booking business part of the business with my building part of the business, I may add another number, but you can continue there. And what it does is it gives you a number and tells you how to set it up on your computer, or if you're doing it on your Android, you download the app. And but the best thing to do is to do it on the computer first, because then you can go into settings. Let me get out of here and go into my other page. I've got my Google Voice up right there. I just got, there you are, Salim. You're right there. And you can go ahead, and there is a settings button up here on the top right. You can go in there and you can add your Android device here, and then it will prompt you on your Android device in text. It'll prompt you to download the app so that you can have it on both the computer and your phone. Or if you've got an Apple phone, you put your Apple phone in there, whatever. But you can link different numbers there as well. So that's what you do with Google Voice. And I just want to go back and then go back to my other screen. Right there. And that's everything I wanted you to know about the Google Voice. You can use that. You can make phone calls with it. You can make text messages with it. It also has, oh, I didn't show you that it also has the, right there, voicemail. You can leave voicemail. And what that voicemail does is sometimes it leaves you a written message. This is Joyce calling back. I was calling about the one-way ticket to Sioux Falls, South Dakota from Lansing, Michigan. Can you call me on the number that I just called you at? Thank you. So there they can leave you a message if you can't get to it right away. But that's what this right there is, voicemail. And then you got messages, and then you can archive whatever you want. And you've got your phone calls. You can see you've got phone calls right there. So I've had, they're right down there on the bottom, towards the bottom. There you are, Salim. So I'm going to get back out of that. Back to messages. And then I am going to go back to this other account here. We're going to go right into the Google business page now. In order to have your Google business profile set up, you have to be logged in under a Chrome account. So you'll notice right here, I have 8 Chrome accounts, mostly under my name or my gaming name. So that's what I've got as far as Chrome accounts. And you can, because I use each account for something different. The account I'm on right now, I just use for training. And you can find out that you can set up your Google business page on the right-hand side at the top when you are logged into your Google Chrome account. You'll see it says Gmail, images. It's got the 9 dots for your Google apps, and then it's got your Google account information. You go into here. If there is no business profile there in your apps, then you scroll down all the way down to the bottom where it says more from Google. You will come to a Google page that tells about their products. This gives you helpful products built with you in mind. Just start scrolling down that page. You're going to scroll all the way down until you see a bunch of apps. Google products. There's your apps. These are all the products that you can have with Google. But we're going to go right on past that and just go down to the business. Business will not be open, but you want to expand that business so that you can find that business profile. And once you've actually used the business profile and you set your profile up, then it will be in those 9 dots, those apps, those Google apps. Then you won't have to come here again. You click on that business profile, and you'll get a page that looks like this. And you want to manage your page. You will get a page and they want you to put a business name. So before you do your page, you want to think of what you want your travel business to be called. Mine is Carmen Turner's Getaways. I am going to be changing that because my daughter gave me an idea, and she said this other one is more searchable. More people want to buy from something that looks just like a business instead of having somebody's real name in it. So I'm going to be changing my business name or adding another business name and then have it link back to the other one. So I am making a business called Turner International Travel. And it asks if I want to create a business with that name. If the business is already used, it will show up there. So I'm going to continue creating with this name. You're going to continue right there. You should get 3 boxes here, one that says online retail, one that says local store, and one that says service business. You're going to put a local store because you are working out of your home, and there is when you use local store, you get more actual searches from your local area when it says local store. And that's what you want. You want to service your local area first, and then you want to service outside your local area. So you're going to click on local store, and then you're going to come down here and click on next. And it's going to ask you for a business category. You can put travel or travel agency, whatever you want, and then click next. Because this is a travel agency, and you can actually make that a capital A. Leave it like that. There we go. And then you're going to put your address in there. Of course, this is the United States where we're at. So I'm going to put United States. I'm going to put my address. There's the address. So then I'm going to click next. It may or may not ask me if it matches, and it may ask me if this is the same address as another business, because I've got my Carmen Turner's Getaways there. But I'm just going to click right there, and I'm going to click next. Now, they want you to manage this business, to reply to reviews, updates, infos, and more. You can manage this by clicking there. You can, it'll give you an overview, reviews, photos, about, etc. But I'm not going to go any further, because once you click that, they're going to want to verify the business. So I am not going to verify, but well, I could show you. Going to put your phone number, and they want to verify your business. You put your phone number in there and click next, and they will send you a text message with the number on, or it may have that they want to send you the postcard. I prefer the postcard myself, if they can do that. But I'm going to put verify later, because this shows where you can add your business hours. But let's talk about that verification. I prefer the postcard, because some people that have verified by phone, when they call that phone, it shows their name there, and then they're not sure that it's a business. But when they send a postcard, it has your business name, then your name and your address, and it comes that way, and you get the verification number, and you can put that in there. When you get the number in the mail, then immediately go to your computer and put that number in on by clicking here and clicking on business profile. Okay, now you can add your business hours. You can do that. If you're closed on Sunday, leave it closed. If you're going to be opened, and you can put that it's 24 hours, or you can put what time you want to open. Let's say you want to wait and open until 8 o'clock in the morning. You don't want anybody to call or text you before 8 o'clock. And then you want to close at 10 o'clock at night, or 9 o'clock at night. You can set those that way. If you want to add hours, like you want to add other hours, you can do that. Or what you can do is, like I've done, I've set for 24 hours. I set each day for 24 hours, because even if I'm in bed, I'll get a text message, or they'll leave a message on the phone, and I can call them back when I get up in the morning, or text them back in the morning. So all of mine except Tuesdays, because I've got something going on Tuesday evenings, say 24 hours. And you can set that up that way, however you want to do that. If you want a day that you're going to be closed and you don't want anybody to call you or text you or do any kind of business with you, you can put that in there as well. And then you can go to next. You can add messaging. Now what this does, if you add text messaging on your Google business page, you need to go into that page daily and check and see if they've got any messages. Or you need to read your email, because they will send you a notification in email that you've got a text message. So you want to click that you're going to accept messages here, because people will leave you messages. And you can put a business description in there. You could type all up to 750 characters for a business description. This is just a basic description. But you can put up to 750 and then you click next. You can put photos in here. Whatever photos you want to put in there, you can put in there. And then you're going to click next. I'm going to skip photos for right now. Claim your $500 free advertising credit. Go ahead and skip that because I was going to do that advertising, but it's easier just to do free updates that you add mock bookings to instead of doing the advertising. You get just as much search space and people contacting you as you would if you had advertising. And what this is, you may get 500 free advertising credit, but you have to buy $500 worth of credit first up front. Then they give you a $500 credit to use for future ads. So it's going to cost you $500 up front anyway if you're going to use their free advertising. So I just skip that. You can get a domain name. You can buy it for $12 a year. You can get a .com or a .net or a .org for $12 a year. And you can do that or not. I do have for my business profile, I've got Carmen Turner's Getaways, all one word, .com. I spent $12 for the year. I can renew that if I choose to or not, because I do also have another domain name that I have on GoDaddy for my business. It's Carmen Turners Getaways.com. So I've got two of them. And I don't know if I want to keep this, the Carmen Turner's Getaways, or if I want to change it later. When I do change my name to Turner International Travel, I will buy a new domain name for myself. But I'm going to skip that for now. It says your edits will be verified. Continue. So this is what you're going to see right now. But until you're able to verify your business, you probably won't be able to edit much. But you can go here and click edit. You can add all kinds of things. So it says some of your edits may not be visible because I've not been verified. I'm going to delete this business off from here afterwards because this is the same one I do over and over again when I'm doing these trainings. But you can change the name, the business name. You can change the business category. You can change your description. You can put your opening day. That would be the day that you got your certification or the day that you open your business page. But I would put your certification date on there. I got my certification on the 13th of May of 2022, and that's the date I have in there. You've got your contact information, your phone number. You can put your website in there. Now, this website that you want to put in there, if you want to add a website, you have the Evolution Travel website where people can go and book travel directly or ask for a quote. You can put that web address there. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Log into my Evolution. Okay, and you've got your travel site over here in your dashboard. Click on your travel site. Right there, you've got that travel site, and there is an address up here in the top. You can select that, highlight it, copy it, and then paste it into that Google for that. Let me show you. Let me go back to that other page on Google. And you can edit the website right there. Put it right there like that. That'll show that you have that, and then you can save it. You can save any of these. Your location, it'll show you on the map. It'll have your business address there. And here's something we want to talk about, service area. You can edit the service area. Yeah, I'm going to discard all previous ones. Search area. You can put in cities in there. Like I'm going to go now. I'm going to just go to my regular one on my main site, my main one. Whoops. So I can show you better what to do. Okay, there's mine. It shows up. It's got the map. It's got the photo, my cover photo. It's got my website information, directions how to get there, save it. It's a call button so they can call me. It tells that I'm in Washington County, Arkansas. This shows that I am managing this business profile. It has my address, but you can also hide it if you don't want your address used. It has one of my phone numbers on it, and it's got a form here for appointments. And I've got that set up so that when you click on that, that will take you to my other website, and it has the contact us where they can fill out this form here so that I'll get in touch with them. I'm going to go back. Over here at the top, here's where you edit the profile. Again, we just did that. So I'm going to go back. If you've got reviews, your reviews will show up here. I've got one bad review, Ben Lewis, but that's because this is a guy that was going to the presentation, and while he was in the presentation, it was just starting, he started texting me, how much money do you make? I want to see your paycheck. I want to see how much money you're making, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I am not going to show you how much money I make. I said, I make enough money that I'm going to stay in this business, and I'm not going to show anybody my income except for the tax man. And he got real upset with me. He dumped himself out of the meeting. And the next thing I know, I was getting a 1-star review from him. And so I responded, this is not a travel customer. He was interested in being a travel consultant, wanted me to give me my income information prior to watching the travel information presentation. Had he stayed in the Zoom meeting, instead of texting me for income information, he may have thought differently. So people know that people sometimes can be very rude. Here's where you can add photos. You can put photos there, just regular photos. You can add your logo. When you post photos or reply to views, it'll show your logo. You can put a cover photo in there, and that cover photo is what I've got here, the beach right there with the horizon on the background. You can messages. This is where you get your messages. When you have the messages, people will send you messages here. You can answer your messages here. You can put other things here. Hello, and thank you for your interest. If you have sent me an email, I will get back to you soon. That's one of the messages they get when they try to send me a message. And that kind of prompts them to send me an email. This is your performance, tells how many people have been there this month, how many people have been there, and how many people got it from search. Showed my business profile in the search, that's 171. There's been 668 people that just come across my profile and looked at it. But that gives it all. Oh, here's what they searched. Carmen Turner's Getaway, 151. Carmen Turner with the name spelled wrong, 20. With the phone number. Bus services near me, 15 people. I'm not a bus service. And 15 people got it just by typing my first name. And there's more. Let's see. Carmen Turner Getaways, Carmen Turner's Getaways reviews. Carmen, Fayetteville, Arkansas phone numbers. I mean, all kinds of ways they can get you. Travel and tour packages, 15 people, more than 15 people searched for travel and tour packages. A travel agent in Arkansas, 15. So there's a lot of way that they can search for you, a lot of different ways, and that shows up on here. And you can go through and go through the, let me go back to that. Your calls, those show up here. calls made from my business phone, and it's not showing any calls made, but I have made a lot of calls. Missed calls, messages, it shows messages sent from your business profile, bookings, directions, 199 direction requests from my business profile. Amazing. Website clicks, 111 people have clicked through to my business profile, from my business profile. So that's all the performance and stuff. You can advertise here, but I suggested you not advertise. You can edit products here. If you do put products up there, you can edit services, all your services. Here's where I've got a bunch of services: wedding destinations, locations, sporting event tickets, concert tickets, shore excursions, scuba diving, round trip, room service, romantic getaways. I mean, honeymoon packages, destination weddings, Disney vacation packages, all kinds of things. And here's where you can edit those, and you can go in. Let's find one that's not filled. Canal cruises. And that's the service, no price. I'm going to say these are cruises in Europe from canals between rivers. And I spelled canals wrong. Such as why do I want to keep spelling that wrong? Okay, you can put whatever you want in there, up to 300 characters, and you can save it, and then it saves it on there. I've been just putting short ones in there for saving a lot of time when I'm doing these. Sometimes I don't even save them, I just remove them. You can have bookings here, links to your online booking tools. And those are links to, one, my web page, and two, my Google form. I have a Google form set up. Let me find that form. There's one. Set up an appointment with me, where they can go in and set up an appointment for me to talk to them. Set up an exact time for me to talk to them, and I will give them a call, and they can do that directly from here. Let me close that out. Whoops, closed the wrong thing out. Okay, let's go back to my Google page. I closed it out on us. There we go. My Google search. It should open up. There we go. Calls. There's no call history, but they've just updated, and there was a call history in there because there were 3 or 4 calls that were made to this number on my business page. So there are some call histories. And then you can set up questions and answers. If somebody asks me a question, then I'll go in and answer that question. Nobody's ever asked me a question on my page yet. There is a down arrow here. Click on that, because here's where we're going to do all the big stuff. You're going to add updates to your pages, post updates to your customers on Google right there. You can put an update. You can put your mock booking information here. The only thing with your mock booking information is that you do not want to use your phone number. Instead, you want to, because they will never publish it if it's got your phone number in it. So what you do is say, use the call. For more information, use the call button below. And right there, you can put a call now button, and they'll call you directly. And you can put up to 10 photos in here. The photos should not be any larger than 750 by 750. You might want to write that down, 750 by 750. Otherwise, they will deny posting those photos. But And then you can preview it before you post it and then post it right from here. I am going to discard any changes I made. You can also do offers. Let's say Virgin Voyages has got a 70% off second cruise ticket. You put that in at Virgin Voyages. Whatever their special is. Let's say their special, whoops. Whatever their special is, you put the start date in there. Let's say they're going to start that on the 12th of March. You're going to put that in there, and they are going to end that on the last day of April. So you save that in there. And then you can put photos in there, put some nice cruise photos in there. Down here where it says add more details, you can put a description of that. Tell them what they get in that cruise, depending on what it is. You do not need a cruise coupon code. That's optional. But let's say that you want to put a coupon code in there, 70% or something. Whatever you want to put in there, and link to redeem offer. You can set this link up to your form so that they can set up a time that you can call them and talk to them about that. Or there are other forms that I have. Let's see. Let me find them here. Forms for clients and job applicants. Let's say there's a travel inquiry, or let's do a cruise inquiry because that's a cruise. Travel inquiry. That's just for flights. This is here. Here's a travel inquiry. So they fill in their information, first name, last name, their email, their address. Where would you like to go? What type? Domestic, international, cruise, resort, hotel, villa, house, condo, all inclusive, tour, other. Do all travelers have a passport to travel internationally? How many adults and how many children? What are the ages of the children at the time of travel? How many per room if they're going to get a hotel? Would you like to check, what date would you like to check in? What date would you like to check out? Do you have a hotel brand preferences? And you can just do whatever your inquiries, you can make your own forms with all that information. So when you actually talk to them, you've got that form opened in front of them, or you can set it up so that that would just put in the offer, contact Carmen Turner at Carmen Turner's Getaway at whatever phone number, at using the call button below, or whatever at whatever phone number, so that they can contact you, or just put contact me in email to set up a time, whatever you want to put there. Then you just click preview and post. Discard changes. Okay. Whoops. I wanted to do one more thing. I want to add an event. Let's say you are going to go to a vendor show somewhere, or you're going to go to the farmer's market and set up a table at the farmer's market. You can put your business name there at farmer's market. And what date you're going to be there. What date you're going to be there. Let's say I'm going to go to the farmer's market. The farmer's market's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm going to go on March 14th. Whoops. March 14th I'll be there at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. and the end date would be March 14th at end time. It'll be 5 o'clock. No, yeah, I think they stop at 5. No, they stop at 4:30. And then just say, I will be at the farmer's market with brochures for Disney and different cruise lines, whatever you're going to have brochures out there. And to talk to you, I will be giving away a 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. And then add a button for them to call now. If they want more information, they can call you. There it is. And then you can post that. So when you do go out into the neighborhood, like I had a luncheon that I went to and I gave out cards at a luncheon, but you can put all that information on your Google page. Now, here's what happens when you do those updates. You'll get things like this. I've got right there. It's shows I've got a 50% off the second sailor and free drinks up to $600. I've got a description in here. And then I've got another one here about weddings to let people know that I do destination weddings. And there's another update. There's a Helsinki, Finland, 6 days, 5 nights, June 11th through June 17th. And it's got all the information. There's a call button. There's more information, breakfast included, Wi-Fi. I make sure I say prices subject to change by dates and locations, licensed, insured, and bonded travel agent. For more information, contact Carmen Turner's Getaways by clicking the call button below or email me there. And then I've got hashtags and keywords. We've got Disney here, Universal. This is another cruise one. I posted a video that I made myself. You can do all of that kind of thing. This is for Norwegian Cruise Lines. This is outdated now because the sale ended the last day of December for that particular sale. But I made that video just by making a PowerPoint and recording the PowerPoint. You can get creative. Here's another Helsinki. Well, that's outdated now because that date's passed. But then there's also, I've got a hiring because I'm hiring all the time and just other places. But you can put your updates in there and they do show up. You can also add an update, an offer, or event from this spot too. That's it. And it shows here other profiles that you may have: Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I've got those others that are other profiles. All of that stuff is there. But when they find your search page and they see that Carmen Turner's Getaways and they're looking for more information, look at on this left side here, all of those things that have me in there. There's one here on MapQuest. I can't get them to remove it. Somebody went in there somehow and put my business and address in Elkins directly on Raspberry Street. I don't know who did it. Somebody did it to mess me up, thinking that they're going to get travel. But look what happens when I click on that. It shows my business here in downtown, right off from downtown Elkins, which my business isn't there, but it is showing one of my phone numbers. So if they want to call me, it's got the correct phone number. So I'm not sure how that got there, but it did. But then there's my Yelp. Let me tell you a little bit about Yelp. Get yourself a Yelp, because when I decided I was going to put up a Yelp page, as soon as I put up that Yelp page, 40 minutes later, I got my first email on that. Not an email, text, a message. I got my first message and I messaged the person back. She gave me a phone number and I set up travel with her that week. I set up a trip with her with some excursions. So it's just that easy. She happened to be looking on Yelp for a travel agency. I just happened to get mine up there a few minutes before she started looking, and there we go. It was a match made in heaven, so that I could get that set up. And you will find that there's a lot of these places, a lot of these different places automatically pulled up my stuff. Like, I don't know what Way Up is. It's got my stuff there. So it's there. I have no idea what Remote Leaf is, but it's saying I've got jobs there. And there's Yahoo. I've got a Yahoo page up somehow. They just I think they pull all that stuff off from Google. When you get your Google stuff up, they pull all that stuff up. Now I am going to open up the mic, and I am going to allow everybody to ask me whatever they want. Let me open up that mic. You're able to unmute yourself. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask questions.
I had a question. When you were going over like the additional websites, is it worth having those when you have the Evolution Travel Agent one? Or
Yes.
so what would you put differently on it?
I put all my mock bookings on there. On that Evolution Travel Agency, you cannot put your mock bookings there. But your mock bookings, they get an idea of exactly, let me show you, of exactly what, that's not a good one. Let me get one that's here, of exactly what you, pop that back open. This one, exactly what you have to offer. If you will read this, 6 days and 5 nights, Sunday, June 11th, Saturday, June 17th. That gives a timeline. It gives how long they're going to be there on that vacation. It tells that it includes the airfare, and it gives the discounted price. It's discounted down to $1,821.84. It includes your breakfast. I mean, it's got all that information there. You're going to want that because people are going to do a Google search. When they do a Google search, you're going to get what, 5,000 Archer travel agents on the EVO websites? Where this way, they do a search in the area where they live. Let's say I've got somebody that lives in Springdale, Arkansas, which is the next town over from Fayetteville, Arkansas. And Elkins, Arkansas is like three towns from Springdale. Let's say you got somebody in Springdale, Arkansas, and they are looking to travel to Europe. They don't know a travel agent. They don't want to deal with it. They've looked at some of the stuff to try and deal with getting set up to go to Europe, and they don't want to deal with it. They're looking for a travel agent. They pop in travel agency near Springdale, Arkansas. Boom, my name pops up. I had a customer here last month. They wanted a cruise for 6 people. And he called me on the phone. And I asked him, I says, how did you find my name? He said, I did a Google search and you were there. And I said, good, great. I says, how far down the list was I? And he says, you were number 1 on that list. And it was because I regularly put updates in my Google. And I can go in and I can delete those updates by clicking on the X. I can delete an update by editing that update right here and deleting it. Any updates that I decide are way outdated and I don't want on there, I can delete them all from there. You can edit from right here. So if I click that edit button, I'm able to edit this Helsinki, Finland one. And I'm going to take this F1 out on both sides here, because there's supposed to be a Finnish flag on both sides, but it didn't show up. So I'm just going to go ahead and post that so that those F1s don't show up. Done. There. And that took that out. That looks much better. But I mean, it's seriously important to be on these other sites. I get a lot of traffic on my people that are just looking up travel on my GoDaddy pages, my GoDaddy website. I mean, they've got an inkling of what my idea is from looking it up on Google. They've got a name. So if they go ahead and search my name of my business, they're going to find my my GoDaddy website. They're going to find my Facebook. They're going to find everything. I've got all kinds of stuff on my Facebook. Let me show you. Let me open that in a different link.
Is your Facebook linked to your business profile?
My Facebook is not, but it shows up when they type my business name in. But there's my Facebook. Look at my Facebook. I've got all this stuff on Facebook. Look at that. I mean, hundreds of things on Facebook.
Carmen, just curious, the person you mentioned earlier that had the 38,000, I think it was, trip. Just asking, did they get that through a Google search, or was it someone that they knew, or family or friend or something?
I think it's somebody that contacted them from their Facebook page right after he put up that he was a travel agent.
Okay.
He's been working on this for 20 days. He's been working on it, trying to, they originally, the guy contacted him and said, yes, we're going to do a group cruise. I don't know how many of us are going. He said it's going to be at least 8 of us going. So that's what it started out as. So then he's been working on, I'm keeping in contact with him every few days because the list has changed. And now they've got 30 people going because he quoted them a really good price on a stateroom for 2 people. So now it ends up, they've got 15 couples going. 30 people he's booked, because it's people that say, hey, people that talk to their relatives and say, hey, we're going to go on a cruise for this at this time. Are you interested in going?
That's awesome.
And it's just the one person that originally contacted him because they were thinking of going on a cruise and had a couple of other friends that wanted to go as well. And so in the talking with him, and he was saying, the more people you get to go on that cruise, maybe we can get enough that you can get a free room, a free cabin. They were one cabin short of getting a free one. So if they would have had 2 more couples, they would have had or one more couple would have signed up, they would have had a free room, free cabin. So another couple could go. But that's how it is. That's how it goes sometimes. But that's kind of cool that he got that.
And also, is it possible, or is there a platform that we can go in and sign up for literally all the cruise lines? I mean, I've heard someone mention MSC. I know Disney.
MSC, and well, when you sign up for Disney on our page, on our Travel Cafe, when you sign up with Disney, then that includes their cruise lines. So when you go into Disney, if they're interested in a cruise from Disney, you can check out the cruises on the Disney and quote them something from that. But the MSC, that is, you have to get hooked up with Princess, NCI, or NCL, and MSC. You have to get hooked up with them with the supplier form. Those all have to go through Archer for you to get connected with them.
Okay.
And that has to be done with that supplier form. The other ones are all separate, except Cruising Power has Celebrity, Royal, Asmara, I think. And they've got another one that's going to be starting here in just shortly. So there's going to be 4 under Cruising Power.
And so Norwegian is probably something separate.
Norwegian is the NCL. The Norwegian Cruise Lines is the one, you have to do that through the form. Let me show you that form real quick. We're getting off subject, but I've got 10 minutes and we're pretty much done with the Google unless somebody else has got a question. right here. We're going to go to the Travel Cafe. Okay, let's go to the Travel Cafe. Let's go down here to the forms. We're going to go down here to the supplier forms, supplier request form. Real quick. Vacation access, one source, which is Princess Cruise Lines, NCL, Norwegian Cruise Lines, MSC, it's another cruise line. Those things have to be signed up through here.
Okay.
You will, once you use this form here and get signed up with those, this is the supplier request form. These have to go through Archer. Archer takes care of that for us, adds us to the list with our information, that the correct information that they need for those. Once you are signed up with them, you will get an email saying that you have been accepted at one source, which is Princess Cunard in Holland
Mm-hmm.
Cruise Lines. All three of those cruise lines. One source, Princess Cunard in Holland Cruise Lines. Once you get accepted with them, you will get an email and it will give you the information that you need to log in. You need to watch your email every day, because if they get it and they got a time limit on there and you miss that time limit that you've got to get yourself in there, then you got to start the process all over again.
Okay. Thanks.
Norwegian Cruise Line is done through here. You fill out all the information, you click one button, and then you click down here, and then you submit it. But you've got your name and stuff, your Evolution ID number, that's your travel agent ID number. This button up here, I understand and will follow these instructions. It's over here on the side. Read that really good. Then check that button. Those are things that have to be checked. All of the red stuff has to be filled out. You don't have to fill out this other supplier. So you don't have to fill that out. But
All right. Thank you.
that's that information. And you want to get signed up with as many cruise lines as you can that we are in associated with, for the simple fact that you never know what somebody is going to like. Some people might like Carnival cruises. To me, a Carnival cruise is a cheap cruise. It's the cheaper end of the cruises. And the services is the cheaper service compared to Royal Caribbean or Norwegian. I mean, it's kind of like apples to oranges. They're all cruises, but they're different.
All right.
Some of the cruise lines are much better, and I don't want any of the suppliers to hear me say that, but that's the truth.
Mhm. Thanks.
So you might have somebody that's can't afford a Royal Caribbean cruise or can't afford anything else, but they can afford a Carnival cruise because it's a little bit cheaper and the quality is a little bit cheaper. But the Carnival cruises are more of a party animal type cruise, from what I understand. Okay. Any questions on Google? We've got about 5 minutes. We can answer some more questions if anybody else has any questions.
I have one.
Okay.
I had put in for because I did my Google business profile before this, and I put in my regular phone number. I've since gone in and tried to edit and put in my Google Voice number that I just got, and it will not let me change my phone number to the Google Voice number.
Well, there's 2 places you can do that at. You can do it in the business part of it, or the contact. It's not going to let you change your contact information, but it will let you change on your business page. Let me go to the business stuff. Let me get back over here. Let's go up here, edit your profile right here. You can change your phone number right here where on the contact information, you should be, that right there is my Google number. 966-9096 is my Google phone number. And you can change it here.
Yeah, every time I do that, it keeps like it goes into pending and then they deny it.
Then add it. Add another phone number. So both numbers are there. And then wait for 2 weeks and go in and take your other number out.
Okay.
Because you can do that. And it may make a difference. It may make a big difference. Because I don't understand, because they let me use my Google number as my primary number.
Right. And that's why I've tried it 5 times since we've been on this lesson, and it's just every time it keeps getting denied.
Just go in and add a number.
Okay.
And then you can go in later and take the other one out. I can't remember how I did it, but they are getting a lot more, I don't know, since the end of October of 2022, they have gotten a lot more strict. They used to have, let me show you. Whoops. There we go. Let's go back to the home page here. They used to have the websites. That's why I got a domain name, because it was going to be a full-fledged website right there. When I logged into this, I was able to have an editing panel here on the left-hand side. This whole thing was scooted over, and on the left-hand side was an editing panel that has all of that stuff that's right here on the search engine. It had all of that stuff listed there, so I could make changes there. To me, it was a lot easier to do it that way. It was all right there. I could find what I was looking on real easy, click on it, and get it taken care of. But this is what it looks like if somebody types that in with the .com. And it's got stuff there, and it's got more stuff down here. Look at this. None of this shows up on the Google search, which is the only place we can edit it anymore. None of that's there. So that's there on mine permanently, and I cannot change it. And then they've got a photo gallery there. That's all there. And that's why at this point, at the end of October was the last time I was able to edit it from here. So I had to learn all over in October how to edit everything. And this is the only way you can edit it now. Because they do, when my domain will expire in May, then I will no longer have, that page will no longer come up like that. So I'm either going to have to transfer that domain to another web posting service, web host, or just get rid of it.
Well, thank you.
I will post the, you could have asked out loud. I will post it. Let me go to my YouTube right now. Right there. I've got quite a few of these Google business pages up. I need to go through them and get rid of some of them. Come back over here to the Zoom.
If so, can you put that in the chat box?
I am.
You know,
I
okay.
am. 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. I'm trying to find, there we go. Chat box right here. You're going to have to click on it and go ahead and subscribe so that it'll be there for you. But I do have new agent orientations because I'm doing new agent orientations in the Google business page and voice setup. Those are the only trainings that I'm doing right now other than presentations. But those can be, that can change at any time. I might start doing other trainings. But I've got a bunch of them on there because I try and record them every time and put them up there. And I am going to stop the recording. Let me stop the share and then stop the recording.